Welcome back, Summer Signing Series. Reading Royals here at Santander Arena. Mark Thompson, broadcaster for the team, along with head coach Larry Corville. Welcome back, coach, for another announcement today for another player for your team. Today it's number 10. It's Brandon Blandina, a guy who's well familiar to Royals fans. Going to be in his third year pro, his third stint with the Royals. So you're bringing Blando back.
Yeah, it's nice to have Blando back. He was well liked in our locker room and played an extremely important part in our team last year, especially when we lost key guys early. And the last couple of seasons, he seems like he starts in Elmira, and then we end up picking him up off waivers or after he's cleared waivers. And he came in last year and played a real valuable role, more of a defensive role for us, a PK guy, specialist. Worked extremely hard. Was great in the locker room. Forechecked hard on the ice, and did a very good job for us. So we're excited to bring him back and hopefully have him for a full season this year and see how he does.
Well, you mentioned he did start the season last year in Elmira, and the Royals were in a circumstance at that point where you were kind of looking for players, and Elmira released him. He was waived. And I think both of us kind of looked at each other at the same time. We were looking at transactions saying, Brandon Blandina is available. He was the obvious fit at that point. But it wasn't a guarantee. He still had to come in and earn his time and earn his spot, particularly as the season went on.
Exactly. And that's what my initial conversation to him was, hey, you got to come in here and play well and earn your responsibilities. And he had the right attitude. And he just, he wanted to have that opportunity initially to prove himself. And we told him that he would because, of course, we lost some key guys early to the American League. We had some injuries, and he came in and played a valuable part and did extremely well for us. And like I said, we're happy to have him back, and we'll see what happens this year.
You alluded to this, but he's not just a one-dimensional player. He's another one of these guys that can do many things. Penalty killing, obviously, very important. He's an energy guy. The one thing about Brandon Blandina, not afraid to go to every dirty area on the ice possible. He's another guy, not the biggest guy, not a small player, but not the biggest guy either, but he's not afraid to hit. He's one of those forwards that gets in quickly. We talked about Kevin Walrod in this regard. Of course, Ethan Cox may be the classic player in that regard. Able to get in quickly on the forecheck and make the defenseman really think about making that play on the end wall.
For sure. He's a guy that, he's perfect analysis. He's an energy guy that works extremely hard, will get in the forecheck, knows his role, doesn't want to get out of his side of his comfort zone, which, some coaches want guys to try to do more. I believe in playing within your role and knowing your abilities and what your role is on the team, and he played it to a T. He was a third-line shutdown guy for us who killed penalties, who created energy, was there for his teammates when needed, frustrated defense, frustrated forwards by his tenacity and his work ethic and finishing his checks, and was a key valuable asset to us for our success last year.
You've alluded to this as well, and we've talked so much about character and how important it is to you as you're building your club. And not only is he a character guy, he's also got a kind of a sense of humor. He ended up being nominated as the team's Heart Award, which I think was perfect for him because he really was kind of, in many ways, the heart and soul of a very good team for you last year. But he's got one of those senses of humor that can kind of lighten the mood at a moment when things can get a bit heavy.
Yeah, he's definitely kind of a laid-back guy, laid-back kind of guy, and like I said, he gets along with every single teammate in that locker room. He's there for them, and he's a funny guy, and he works hard on the ice, and he does whatever he's asked to do. Players respect him because he does that, a role that some guys are not all that can do all that well, or not willing to do some of the little things that he does, and I'm glad to have him back because he's, like we talked about, we always talk about character when we bring guys, and he's just one of those guys that has tremendous character and is willing to do anything for the team instead of being, I'm not going to say selfish, but he sometimes guys worry about their stats, and he's just a guy that wants to go out there and do whatever he can to help the team, and we're glad to have him.
All right, fan favorite Brandon Blandina, the 10th signing for the Reading Royals, back with the team for their third stint here in Reading. Coaches, always want to thank you for stopping by in the Summer Signing Series.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
All right, thank you to the fans as well.